Hello viewers, welcome to our lecture series on marketing management. We have been discussing about the product decision and branding, and we have talked about the different concepts of the individual product decisions, wherein we had a discussion on the product life cycle and what are the different stages of it, and according to every stage what strategy a marketer need to formulate and implement. Now it's time for us to make a shift to another level, that is called product mix and product line decision. Initially I told you about, when I was explaining to you the idea about the product, how do we define product, we had a brief discussion on the topic of product line, item and mix. Now we will be understanding the entire concept of product mix in a great detail. Coming to the definition of the product mix, if when it comes to define, we have an institution called American Marketing Association to be the ultimate one to define this concept of product mix, and they have defined product mix as the composite of products offered for sale by a firm or business unit. So it is a composite of all the products which are being offered for sale by any firm or a business unit or a marketer. So as the definition itself is explaining, that it is not talking about an individual item or an individual product. It is talking about all in all what is being offered by you as a marketer. That is why we call it product mix. So in marketing mix, this is the first P called product mix, and it comprises of many lines and many items of products which are being offered by a marketer in due course of time. So if I have to define the product mix as per the American Marketing Association, it says that the product line is, to understand product mix, we have to understand what is product line. So product line here is defined as a group of products that are closely related, either because they satisfy a class of need, or they are used together, or at times they are sold to the same customer groups. And they are marketed through the same type of outlet, or they fall within the same price range. So these are the similarities which actually bind those items to fall in one product line. So if I have to understand the composition of a product mix, it is a combination of so many product lines. Several product lines, they constitute a product mix. It is just like 7 days constitute a week, and 4 weeks constitute a month, and 12 months constitute an year. Likewise, several product items, they form a product line, and several product lines, they form a product mix. So we have to understand it in this way. So product line is basically a group of products which are closely related, either because they satisfy a class of need, either they belong to one class of need, or they are used together. For instance, toothbrush and toothpaste, they are used together. That is called, according to the usage of it, that they are used together. It can be toothbrush and toothpaste. It can be a bathing soap. It can be it can be, if we talk about, they are sold to the same customer groups. If you are selling it to the same customer groups, that can also be a similarity of putting those products in one line, or they are marketed through the same type of outlet. Suppose if we talk about the beauty care products and you are dealing with that, so they are basically being sold out from the same type of outlet, or the same customer who is coming to buy one particular product, they are actually buying a group of products. That is why we are putting them in one product line. Or at times, according to the price range also, we can club them together and say that yes, this belong to this product line. So crux of the story is, if we go by the definition of American Marketing Association, it says that the product line is basically, it is a combination of several product items which are being offered, but they are similar on different grounds, either on the basis of their usability, they are used together, they are sold to the same customer groups, or they fall within the given price range, or they are marketed through the same type of outlet. So these similarities, they bind them to fall in one line, and that is why they belong to one product line. So a company's product mix, if we talk about this entire concept in toto, that it refers to the total number of products which are being offered for sale. So the product mix has certain technical terms I am going to use now. There are certain technical terms used to define product mix. It has certain width, it has length, it has depth, and it has consistency. So when we talk about the product mix, it comprises of certain width, length, depth, and consistency. If I have to define the width of a product mix, it refers to the total number of different product lines of a company. For instance, if you are dealing with two different product lines, I would say the width of your product mix is 2. For instance, a company which is selling pasta and pasta sauces. So these are two products. So I would say that it refers to the total number of different product lines of the company. So the company is using two product lines here. One is of pasta, another is of pasta sauces. So I would say the width is 2. So they are similar cause these two products are used together. So that is why we are saying that they are related to each other. So width of the product mix, if we talk about the pasta and pasta sauces, is 2. Now coming to the length, how do we define the length of a product mix? If I have to define the length of a product mix, let me give an example. Actually, it refers to the total number of brands in all of the company's product lines. So length defines the total number of brands in different product lines in which company is dealing. So this is giving us the length, or you can say the magnitude of the brands in all of the company's product lines. For instance, if I have to define the 3 pasta brands and 2 brands of pasta sauce, if I am using 3 brands of pasta I am selling or floating in the market and 2 brands of pasta sauces. So in that case, I would say that the length of my product mix of this specific product is basically 5, which is a combination of 3 different brands of pasta and 2 different brands of pasta sauce. So this is called the length of my product mix. It refers to the total number of brands, as I told you that it is defined as the total number of brands in all of the company's product lines. So it is very simple to understand. After understanding the length, we have to understand how do we understand the depth and consistency of a product. So if we talk about the depth of a product mix, it refers to the average number of variants of the company's products. Now here we are talking about the depth of a product mix. So we are making use of average here, that average number of variants of the company's products. And if I have to exemplify, I would say that for instance, if I take 3 pasta brands and each of the brand is marketed in 2 sizes. So I would say 3 brands into 2 sizes, it would become 6. And if I take the second product, that is called pasta sauces, and 2 pasta sauce brand is there, and they are marketed in they are each marketed in 1 size. So sauce is being marketed in 1 size. So I would say 2 is to 1, 2 into 1 is equal to 2. So if I club them together, the first one, that is the pasta, is coming to be 6 and the pasta sauce is coming to be 2, and if I club them together it becomes 8. But since I am defining the depth, I have to take the average of it, and since we are combining 2 items, so average is arrived at by dividing it by 2. So 8 by 2 becomes 4. So the depth of these 2 product becomes 4 here. If I have to define the product mix of this company which is dealing with the product, the pasta and pasta sauces, in that case I would say that their depth comes to be 4. Now coming to consistency, how do we define consistency of a product mix? It refers to how closely related are the company's product lines in terms of their characteristics, in terms of their distribution channels, in terms of their production process, and there can be several reasons because of which they may be considered as closely related to each other. So if I am talking about those 2 products which are somehow related to each other, we can talk about the consistency. We can consider it to be for defining this consistency of a product mix. So the product decisions at the product mix level tend to determine the width of a company's product mix. Here we have to understand that at the level of product mix, we have to take different decisions. The basic product policy or strategy issues at the product mix level, they cluster around the around certain questions. We have certain questions in our mind when we have to make a decision at the level of product mix, because it is a decision which we are taking at the top level, at a broader level, wherein we are going to make a decision or formulate a decision for the entire product mix. So, remember my dear learners, whatever decisions I am taking for product mix, it may have impact not only on lines, but also the individual product items. So, the first question is, which product categories should we offer? This is the first question which is there in front of us to answer when we are going to formulate a decision related to a product mix. So, which product categories should we offer? And this is a question which is in front of every marketer. So, every marketer who has started his journey at some point of time, they are supposed to go through this decision that which product categories should we offer. Either I should go for FMCG or I should go for durable products. Within durable, which product should I offer? So should I go for FMCG, or I should go for steel industry, or I should go for the ready-made garment industry, or I should go for the garment industry? So we have to first identify that which product category should we offer. Second is, will we function primarily as a supplier of material and components or as a manufacturer of end products? The second important question is, are we going to function primarily as a supplier only, or we are going to become a manufacturer? This is the second question. So, once we have decided about the category, or at times we decide the second one at the outset, that whether I am going to start manufacturing or I will be doing the marketing. So, I want to position myself as a manufacturer or a marketer, and these two decisions, that is why they are clubbed together. So, which product and in which format, this is the first question which we have to answer. So, we can take it as one question, we can club them together, that yes, I have to decide that I will be dealing with this product category as a manufacturer or as a marketer. Second question is, what are the groups and classes of customers for which our products are intended to serve? Here comes the role of segmentation. For which segment we are going to offer our products or services. So, our offering is going to be made for which segment, which group or classes of customers, and the answer for this question comes from our segmentation and targeting exercise, that which we have already done. That after doing the segmentation and targeting, this is my target market. So the second question is that what is my target market? And third question is, do we seek to serve as our markets as a full line suppliers or a limited line specialist? Are we willing to serve our market as a full line supplier, which means I will be supplying to the entire line, or I will be emerging as a limited line specialist, which means I may offer some of the product. So, that is something which we have to decide depending upon the size of investment we are going to make, or the scale at which we are willing to operate. And the next question is, will we attempt to take a position of technical leadership, or we shall achieve greater success as a follower? So, are we going to emerge as a market leader in terms of technical leadership, in terms of offering best of technology or the first ever technology to the market, or we are going to follow what other competitors are following? This is also a question in front of us to answer. And then comes, what are the business characteristics? For instance, target rate of profit. What is my ROI? What ROI I want from this particular venture? What is my payback period on investment? What is the minimum sales volume I am expecting from this market? So, each product line must meet in order to be included in the product mix, in order to be included into my product portfolio. What are the criteria which I have put forward in front of our sales department or marketing department, that see, my finance department is saying that this is my total capital investment and I want ROI of this much. So for that, what should be done? So, we have to understand that each product line must meet in order to be included in the product mix. Unless they fulfill that criteria, unless they are able to cater to that requirement, they will not be included into the product mix of a marketer. So, now my dear learners, you must have understood that there are different questions in front of us as a marketer when we are going to take a decision of product mix. So, it is a very difficult and complex decision, important and complex decision at the same time. It is very important, but very complex as well, because they are made at the product line level, which tend to determine the length of a company's product mix. So, we have to understand that the second level is of product line. So, at product mix level there are certain questions which we have to answer, and then comes the second level, that is called product line level. Here whatever decisions we are going to take at the product line level, they are going to determine the length of a company's product mix. So, what is my basic product policy strategy? It issues at the product line level cluster around certain questions again. So, at the level of product line as well, we have to give answer to certain questions, because whatever is my basic what you call as policy or strategy, we have to understand that there are certain questions to answer at this level also. So, the first question here is, what is the limit beyond which no product should be added? What is the limit? I had to decide my upper limit, that beyond which I would not be adding any product. So, the number of items, you can also call it as stock keeping units. Nowadays we are using it as SKU. So, number of stock keeping units which we are willing to maintain, that is something which we have to answer. Second is, what is the number of different products to be offered in the line, and to what extent should they be differentiated? So, I am dealing with one product line. So, what should be the number of different products? I can offer similar kind of products, but what about the different products to be offered in one line, and to what extent they are supposed to be differentiated? So, what is the extent of difference among those products which you are going to offer, that you have to decide. Next is, what is the number of different models to be offered for each product in the line? And to cut short the story, I would say, what should be your SKU, what should be the stock keeping unit which you are going to maintain. So, number of brands, there is different sizes, there are different variants, you have to decide. So, all these variants, they are going to be combined into one line, and that is why we call it one product line, and several lines are going to formulate our mix. So, what are the business criteria? This is very important for a marketer, because eventually what matters is their minimum profitability, minimum sales volume. That is something which any product should ensure to be qualified to be included into the product line, or even into the product mix. So, there are different decisions which we have to take regarding the product line strategies and the product mix strategies. If we talk about the line strategies, there are strategic alternatives. The first is to increase the length of a product line, and the second is to decrease the length of a product line. So, either we will be willing to increase the length of a line, or we may have to go for decreasing the length of a product line owing to different reasons. So, these are two strategic alternatives available in front of us as a marketer, that either you increase the length of a particular product line, or you can decrease the length of a product line according to the requirement. So, whatever is your requirement, accordingly you have these two alternatives available. Now, if we have decided that yes, now we have to go for increasing the product line, so there can be a downward stretch strategy, we call it stretching, product line stretching. Now, stretching can be at both the levels, upward and downward. When we talk about downward stretching strategy, there is a reduction in the quality, and accordingly the price is also reduced. So, earlier you were actually offering a certain set of products of certain quality at a certain price. Now, you have decided to increase the product line, and in that you are going to follow the downward stretching strategy, which means earlier you were offering to a given set of customers. Now, you are willing to extend the benefit of your products, or to cater to the requirement of the lower segment of the society also, in terms of their income, in terms of their paying capacity. So, it has nothing to do with degrading any segment of the society, but it is about the paying capacity, that you are willing to offer a product which is slightly of lower quality, and the price is also kept at moderate level or at lower level. So, that is called downward stretching strategy, wherein you are reducing the quality just to make your product available, just to ensure that your product is being made available to that segment of society which can pay the price according to their paying capacity. And the same can be in the upward also, upward stretch strategy, wherein you have decided earlier you were offering to a certain segment of customers a certain product, a certain level of quality at a certain price. Now you are willing to upgrade your product, you are willing to offer to a segment which is a paymaster. So the quality is going to be upgraded, and along with that the price will also increase. That is called upward stretching. Now at times marketers are, when they are vehemently, they have decided to increase their product line, they follow two-way strategy. So the stretching is done at both the levels, upward stretching and downward stretching. So they are going to offer, they are going to make their product available for all the levels of customers, be it the moderate level, be it the lower level, or be it the top level. So high quality, moderate quality, and the lower quality. So according to their requirement and their paying capacity, customer can choose from. So this is something which is being followed by a marketer who is willing to go for market penetration, that you don't want any segment of customers to be left behind. You want yourself to be made available for all segments of society, for all customers. So you are willing to offer the best of quality. Of course, for that you'll have to shell out the price also, but because quality is always paid. And you are also willing to ready to offer, you are offering your product to the at a lower price, at a very moderate price, or what you call at a very reasonable price. I won't call it to be a cheap price, I would say reasonable price, and that reasonability becomes the point of downward stretching. So when you are increasing the product line, there can be three strategies. One is of downward stretching, another is upward stretching, and third one is two-way stretching, wherein you are actually stretching yourself to the upward and also to the downward. The number of examples can be taken here if you talk about increasing the product line. So in every industry you will find this strategy to be resorted by the marketers when it comes to increase their product line. And at times they are also following the line filling strategy. So once you have done the stretching upward and downward, you can go for filling lines also. So there is a term called cannibalization which is being used here. Cannibalization occurs when a new product takes sales away from the existing products. So it is a kind of elimination by a new brand, wherein the cannibalization happens, and your one new product is going to eat out, to eliminate completely eliminate the existing products. So this is basically being done at the level of product line itself, wherein we are formulating a strategy at the level of product line. So it can be downward stretching, it can be upward stretching, it can be two-way stretching, it can be line filling also, that you are adding more items to the given product line. So you are filling your line, you at a given line you are adding more items to that specific line. So that is called line filling strategy. Then comes the second alternative, that you have decided to decrease the product line. So here we are using a technical term called product line contraction. So and this is a very tough decision for a marketer to take, but firms must consider deleting the products when they are not successful. It is always good to eliminate the products which are not successful. Why to carry the burden of a product which is not so good, which is not successful, which is not accepted by the customers? So we are there to stay relevant in the marketplace. So whatever is irrelevant, redundant, we need to weed it out. So firm must consider deleting the products when they are not successful, or they have reached the decline stage of PLC. That now your product is it has reached the stage of decline, there is no demand in the market. So what is the point of carrying on that particular product? Or at times you feel that your product line has become so lengthy, so long, that the marketing cost is increasing on a higher side because of that. So there also you can go for making it rational. So that rationalization can be done by the product line contraction, because at times we resort to a filling strategy, we go for upward stretching, downward stretching and filling, and eventually we realize that the line has become so long that it is having impact on our marketing cost. So, the marketing cost is becoming too high. So, why to continue with that product? So, it is always good to drop that product which is not very profitable or not very successful, or if it has reached the decline stage of PLC, it is good to go for product line contraction. So, my dear learners, in this way we have understood the different strategies which are being resorted to by a marketer in related to the product line decision. So, we are using the upward stretching, downward stretching, filling and product line contraction. Now, coming to the product mix strategies, of course, it consists of all product lines and individual products marketed by the firm. So, whatever decisions you are taking for an individual product, for a line of a product, they all are included into the product mix. Now, here we have a strategic alternatives available. So, what are those strategic alternatives? First is, are we ready to add new product line? We were dealing with some existing product line and now we are willing to add a new product line to our particular product mix. For instance, Max Hospitals nowadays they are into real estate also. Godrej is now into the real estate also. So these companies, they are basically known for their credit worthiness, their value, their brand image, and now they are adding a new product line to their product mix. So that can also be an alternative, or there can be a strategy of deleting existing product line. So either you wish to add or you wish to delete. So, according to your product mix branding strategies, there can be different types of strategies to be followed by you. When we talk about the branding strategies, that I will tell you when I will talk about the branding decision. But yes, here in case of product mix, we have two strategic alternatives available. Either we are willing to add new product lines or we are there to delete existing product lines. So, we have to make a choice between the two according to the requirement. So, in this way, my dear learners, we have discussed about the different strategies related to individual products, product line and product mix. In the next lecture of mine, I will tell you about the branding and the way this branding decision and strategies are being used by marketers to distinguish their product from that of their competitors. So, for that lecture, stay connected with us. I hope you must have enjoyed this very segment of my lectures on marketing management. Thank you so much.